Hey, what's up, everybody? For your fix of fitness, health, life, and laughs, you know where it's at. That's right, it's at the Poecast with your host, yours truly, Adam Pullman.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Poecast. This is where we talk about health, fitness, nutrition, and life. And most of the time, I answer your questions. So if this is your first time, thank you so much for being here. This is how the show works. I usually answer questions that are sent in by listeners just like you. Sometimes I do topic-based episodes like I am today, but most of the time, I'm answering your questions. So if you ever have questions that you want to have answered, you can send them in on Instagram. My handle is Adam_PullmanFit. And that's where you can find me on my Sunday. On my story every Sunday, you'll see a question box in there that says ask me a question. And that is your green light to submit as many health, fitness, and nutrition questions as you may have, and I'll answer them here on the show. So, and a little backstory, because I don't know if I don't really talk about it much. I haven't really told people exactly what the deal is, but like, as a fitness coach, what I help people do specifically, like the specific people that I work with, are people that are already working out, already doing, looking at their nutrition. They're already being mindful of that. They're driven people that are already putting the work in, but they just can't figure out what it is that is keeping them from that goal or what they need to do to actually have that switch flip. So, for example, a guy, a hardworking guy that has been working out for a long time, but he just cannot figure out why he's not building muscle in his back. Or the woman that's been training for a while and feels like her nutrition is on point, but just for some reason cannot get leaner and get rid of that stubborn fat around her arms, thighs, waist, whatever it may be. So what I help people do is take their fitness plan and their approach, which tends to be spaghetti on the wall, and I help them get all the pieces of the puzzle together to find out how to break past that obstacle that they've been facing so they can finally see the results that they want to see and be better people for it in their lives, their careers, as parents, as siblings, as children, whatever it may be. So that's how I help people. Now, one way that I get to do that outside of working with people one-on-one and having that deeper experience as far as working with them, I get to answer questions. We all have some obstacles or something that we would like to know that could potentially help us improve our health and fitness. So if answering questions is a part of overcoming your obstacle, I'm happy to do that. And that's what I'm here for. So that's the reason that we do this show, is because I want to be able to provide something to you that gives you something tangible that you can apply in your life that allows you to go, oh, okay, all right, that was what was missing at first, or that's what was missing. That's what I need to do now, or this is what I was not paying attention to. I'm going to do that now and help you gain traction towards your goals. So that's the whole purpose of really this show and what I do as a fitness coach. So this is just an extension of that. And some days, I don't answer questions. Like today, what we're going to be going over, we're going to be looking at a few different ways that you can get more out of your workouts. So a lot of people, they're just not doing what they should be to get good workouts in. Like they're doing the exercises, but something else is missing. So we're going to talk about 3 things that I feel are missing most of the time with people when they're already putting the work in, but are not seeing the results. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. But if you have a question on anything else, like I said, you can send it in on Instagram and we'll talk about it here on the show. And before we dive in, if you are, one of those people that I was talking about where you feel like you're not just, nothing's clicking, like you're working out, you feel like you're eating well, but for some reason, you're just not able to get to that goal of yours. You feel like something is blocking you. If that is you, okay, I want you to reach out to me. Send me a DM on Instagram, because we have a bunch of free guides available for you, and I have more free resources for you. We have a private group that I can let you into as well, that way you can get more free resources and information and pieces of value that are going to help you excel in your health and fitness. So for the free guides, if you want to get those, you can just do them on your own right away. Just go to pullmanfitness.com/free. And then if you want to be a part of that group and you want to have access to webinars, to courses, to anything that can help you just gain that next piece of information to help you improve on your journey, go ahead and send me a message and say, hey, what's up with that group? Let me into that thing. And I'll be like, all right, bada bing, bada boom. There you go. I'll let you right in. So go ahead and do that. But without further ado, that's all I have as far as announcements go. So let's talk about a few different things here that you can do to make your workout a whole hell of a lot better. So as I mentioned in the intro, one of the things that I love to do is help people find that missing link, find that thing that finally allows them to get to the goals that they have in mind. I love working with people that are already working out, they're already putting the work in, but they just feel like something isn't clicking. So I love to just kind of dissect everything that they're doing as a fitness coach, working one-on-one with them and being like, oh, okay, here's what's going on. We're going to do this, this, and this. And finally everything clicks and they reach their goals. That's one of my favorite things. So in talking to different people and working with different people, I have been able to kind of find some common traits in as far as workouts go that just keep people from getting the results in the gym that they think that they should be getting, okay, but they're just not. One of those three things, okay, the most common one is a lack of intention. So what a lot of people do is they go and they do their workout for the purpose of exercising. And there is nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Okay, nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But you kind of have to think, I'm trying to think of an analogy. You could kind of look at it like, investing. If you are someone that is trying to make a killing, and you're willing to risk everything to make that killing faster, you're gonna have or not even quick, but you're just trying to make lots and lots of gains, but you also understand that you are going to have a lot of risk involved as well. Like that is the intention, that is the manner in which you are investing. If you're someone that's just like, I want to be comfortable when I'm 65 and I don't really care about more than that, you're probably not going to have as much risk. So there are things that go on with investing that are kind of similar to fitness. If your goal is to get stronger, you're not just going to go in the gym and move around. You're going to have a specific intention with which you are lifting the weights. That intention that you have, regardless of your goal, is going to dictate how you exercise, okay? Because if there was no intention at all and the purpose was just to go in and exercise, you might as well just go in your backyard and just start gyrating everywhere and just, violently move yourself around in space. Otherwise, there's no reason. All you're trying to do is move, so why don't you just move in that manner? But the weights are there for a reason. The cardio equipment is there for a reason. There's a reason that some treadmills are set up a certain way because it's designed to get you to adapt a certain way. There's a reason, that a certain barbell is shaped a different way because it wants you to use a different part of your body. So there's an intention with everything, and you need to have an intention when you go into your workout. Are you exercising? Like I said, there's nothing wrong with exercising to exercise. You can have some fun with that and you can kind of do whatever you want. But most people are trying to exercise because they want to lose body fat, they want to gain muscle, they want to get leaner, maybe they want to improve their performance, maybe they want to get faster, stronger, jump higher, whatever it is. You need to understand what your overarching goal is and what your intention is going into that workout, because that's going to dictate how long you rest between sets. That's going to dictate what exercises you select and why. That's going to dictate how many reps you're doing. That's going to dictate how many sets you might be doing. That's going to dictate the order of exercises that you're doing things in. You need to have an intention, okay? Otherwise, if you're trying to reach a specific goal, you're not going to be able to have a plan to get there. Without an intention, you're not going to be able to have a plan, okay? So that's the second part. You need intention. But number two, you also need a plan. So once you figure out what your intention is, you have to have a written out plan. And what I mean by written out is that it is outlined, like it's tangible. You have to have a written out plan that you know with a fair amount of certainty is going to get you to your end goal. Okay, so I know that exercising is going to help me improve my heart health and burn calories. Okay. Well, if that's the two reasons that you're working out, you can't get more specific than that. But if you know your goal is, hey, I want to improve my deadlift by 50 pounds in the next year. Now we're talking. Now you know, okay, quarter 1 of this year, I want my deadlift to be here. Quarter 2, it needs to be here. Quarter 3, it needs to be here. Quarter 4, it needs to be here. End of the year, it needs to be there, okay, at quarter 4. So what do I need to do? You kind of reverse engineer the whole thing. What do I need to do to make sure my deadlift goes from where it is now to 10 to 15 pounds more? You kind of look at everything and you realize, oh, okay, I got it. Okay, what I've been doing is I've been deadlifting once a week. That's probably not frequent enough. Adam says you have to do things a little bit more frequently if you want to get better. Or so-and-so on this fitness website said this, this, and this. I'm going to try those things out. So let's deadlift twice a week and see what that does to my numbers. Okay. So now you're going to the gym with an intention to improve your deadlift and a plan to improve your deadlift. So you have the intention and you have the plan. Let's say your goal is to jump higher. Okay. So your goal is to jump higher, to have a vertical that is 3 inches higher than what it was this last year. So now you need to say, okay, like I said, my vertical is going to be here at this point, here at this point, here at this point. How do I map this out? What do I do? Okay, up to this point, my training has been solely for the purpose of just getting stronger. I can see that there's no explosive stuff going on. So I'm going to add some more plyometrics, some more explosive movements to be able to improve the way my body uses and moves a certain force in a length of time. I want to improve my body's power. So now you have the intention and you have a plan. You're structuring your whole workout around those two things. So have an intention before you get to the gym. Have a plan before you get to the gym. And then number 3, super blatantly obvious, but nobody does it, is execute that plan. Don't just go through the motions. I can't tell you how many people I see watching Netflix while they're working out. They're texting their friend while they're working out. Now, sure, I'm guilty of this. This happens sometimes. People are watching, they're scrolling on Instagram as they're doing leg extensions. They're distracting themselves. And, that probably has more so to do with the fact that nowadays we're obsessed with distraction. We feel like we can't be present. But you need to learn how to be present in your workout. You need to learn how to be present in your workout. Because when you can be present in your workout, you understand, okay, if my goal is to improve my vertical and I'm doing these explosive squats with a pause at the bottom, I understand that I need to pause at the bottom, I need to hold there, and I need to drive up. I need to drive up and just thrust my legs through the floor and get this weight up as quick as I possibly can to improve my power, okay? When you're texting someone in between sets and you're worried about he said, she said, or, oh my gosh, did you see this on Netflix last night? Where your mind has not gone with you under that barbell. Your mind is with your phone still. And believe me, your intention, the way you execute things, that it's going to suffer 100%. Okay. Let's take the leg extension thing, for example. No joke. I saw someone literally watching an episode of Netflix as they're doing leg extensions. Now, here's the thing. If your goal is just go in there and half-ass everything and watch an episode of Netflix, fine. But if you want to see tangible results, you're probably going to need to pay more attention. So if you're just watching Netflix, half of your mind is on the leg extensions, half is on the episode of whatever the freaking heck it is, okay? Your mind-muscle connection is going to suffer. You're not thinking about how that muscle is contracting. You're not thinking about squeezing those muscle fibers. You're not thinking about, is this 5 pounds more than I did last week? And is this going to help me progressively overload? All you're thinking is, how am I able to pull this leg extension off and make sure I can watch this show at the same time? That's all your brain is thinking, okay? You're half-assing two things, and you're going to be horrible at both. So you need to be able to execute distraction-free. And a part of being able to do that is having a plan and having that intention before you create the plan. And having that intention as you come into the gym too. If you don't have any rhyme or reason and you just come into the gym, you're asking to be distracted and to just be scrolling on Instagram and whatnot. Like, I know for a fact, like with myself, like there are moments in my life where I am working out just to work out because I'm giving so much to work, or I'm giving so much to things around the house or whatever it is. Like that other thing becomes my top priority and I'm treating it as such. My workouts suffer. They certainly do. At that point, I don't really care because I'm not working out towards a specific goal. But they suffer, and that's because my mind is elsewhere. There's no plan, there's no intention. I am just here to work out, to just make sure I don't get too flabby or too fat or too soft. But when I have a specific goal in mind, there's a reason I'm going to the gym. There's a reason I'm going 20 minutes out of my way to drive there, 20 minutes back. There's a reason I'm putting myself through this process, and it's to get to that end goal. I'm going to be executing every single freaking time, because what the hell's the point of going through all that if it's not going to get me to my end goal? There's no point. So you have to be able to find those three things. So quick recap. One, make sure, oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank. What was the first one? Second one is you have a plan. Intention. First one is you have intention. Okay, so what is the reason you're going to the gym? What is the ultimate goal that you have in mind? What is your intention? What is your purpose of going to the gym, getting this workout in, of eating this way? What is the intended goal? Number two, how do you map that out? Okay. Are you lifting a certain way because you have a certain goal in mind? Are you eating a certain way because you have a certain goal in mind? Whatever it may be, plan it out. Literally write it out so you know exactly what you need to be doing to get to your goals. And then the third one is execute. You're not going to be able to execute without a plan, and you're certainly not going to be able to have a plan without intention, and you're definitely not going to be able to execute without intention, okay? You need all three. So once you have the plan written out, you are executing according to plan. Guys, if this is you, that you're just like going through the motions and you're like, I don't really know how to structure my workouts. I'm working out diligently. I get the shit done. I'm just not sure exactly how I need to be structuring my workouts for my goal. You feel like you're working out, but you're not getting the results you want because there's some sort of missing link. That's who I help. Okay, that's who I like to help. People who are already getting stuff done. They just need help figuring out what that thing is to finally get them to their goals. So we have tons of resources for you that can help you. And we have a Facebook group as well with tons of information in there, like-minded people. And so if you want to be a part of that and you want access to that free information, just send me a message on Instagram. Just say, hey, Facebook group, or send me that Facebook group, something about Facebook group, and I will send you an invite, or I'll get you the link to that group so you can ask to join, and we'll let you in. We're going to have webinars. I hate the word webinar. Just videos on there, educational videos. We'll have free guides in there for you. Just some exclusive content to really help you figure out what that missing link may be to get you to the goals that you have in mind. Guys, if you enjoyed this episode or any other, share it with your friends and family. Let them know where they can go to get all of their health, fitness, and nutrition questions answered.
Oh my goodness, I cannot believe it is over already. Hey, thank you guys so much for listening to the Poecast. Hey, listen in. If you have a health and fitness goal that you are trying to reach, I don't know what else to say other than to say it must be a match made in heaven. If you didn't know already, Pullman Fitness exists to transform the body, mind, and spirit through personal coaching and sustainable fitness plans for any stage of life. So, if you want to reach your goals, build sustainability, and enjoy life all at the same time, you guys got to check out Premier Coaching at Pullman Fitness. From custom tailored programming to 24/7 access to your personal coach, you'll have everything that you need to succeed. You guys can find out a lot more about Premier Coaching as well as our membership program at pullmanfitness.com. Hey, if you enjoyed the show, share the love by leaving a 5-star review and introducing the Poecast to your friends and family. As always, thank you so much for listening, and until next time, this is the Poecast.